Materia Ture.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to start off by acknowledging the community and volunteer sector in Ōtautahi in Christchurch. I think their response and their commitment to their communities indicates why this sector is so important here in Aotearoa. That there are thousands of people giving up their time and their energy at a time of great stress for them and their families to go out and help others simply because they can and because others need their help. And there are many, many organisations who are working with communities in Ōtautahi Christchurch. I mean, I'd worked when I was there with Comfort for Christchurch, many young people organising welfare and food drops. The University of Canterbury Student Volunteer Army that Honourable Phil Goff has mentioned, doing amazing work there. I want to acknowledge all of those different groups of people that are represented by the political parties here. I know that the Māori Party has teams of people out there. The Green Party, we have teams of people out there. Labour and National, I don't doubt, also have teams of their people, their members out there doing work for free for their community because they know that it's important and necessary. And this is the community spirit, the community and volunteer sector that we know and should respect for their efforts on our behalf and for our community's behalf. I want to acknowledge also those who are working out of Rehua Marae and the coordination and support role that those people there are undertaking for their people, the kaimahi who are working out of there, the Māori wardens, the health workers, the counselling services that are provided there, Ngāi Tahu and their outreach that have been provided there. And I've been with those people as they have walked through the dusty streets of Wainoni and Aranui, knocking on people's doors, talking to those who are too frightened to come out of their homes, to seek help, those who are just don't know what help they can get because they don't have the communications technology that many of us take for granted. Those are the people that need help the most, and there are people from Rehua Marae in particular who are working with those communities, and I want to acknowledge them, particularly David Ormsby from Te Puni Kōkiri and Maire Kipa, who is coordinating from Rehua Marae. So with the horror of Christchurch's earthquake, as it continues to unfold, there are plans for rebuilding the city and the livelihoods of those who live there. And we believe that the government has this unique opportunity to build a national, a community and a political consensus around the rebuilding of Christchurch. And that there are three elements to that consensus. It's funding, it's design and it's community participation. We understand that the task at hand is very difficult and very serious. And on behalf of the Green Party, sir, we offer our constructive support in Parliament to find a fair, sustainable and inclusive response to the challenges ahead for our community there. We support a fair and equitable approach to paying for this rebuild. And this means sharing the costs across those who can most afford to pay. And with the combined cost of the Christchurch earthquakes yet to be finalised, we believe that the cost beyond what insurance will cover does have to be borne fairly across our country. And as you may already know, in this House we have already offered our support for a temporary levy on those who can best afford an additional tax on their income to help support that rebuild. Rebuilding of Christchurch can be done in a way that best reflects the best practice in sustainable city design and meets the needs of the communities who live there. We believe it is important that there is that expertise made available to government and that government takes up the opportunities to consider and work with those who have such expertise. And finally, sir, the impact of this earthquake is massive and it is heartbreaking, and I have worked and seen the impact of it on families and their children. Therefore, it's critical that there is an inclusive approach to the values that are reflected by the people who live there, the people who are affected by this tragedy, and that they are represented in the decisions that are being made. This is crucial if there is to be a cross-party approach but also if there is to be an approach that works for the communities that are affected. So we urge the government to consider very seriously how they will involve the public of Christchurch, the communities of Christchurch, in the decisions that are being made. So finally, the Green Party again extends our most heartfelt condolences to all of those people across the country who have lost friends and colleagues and loved ones in this tragedy. He mihi aroha kia koutou katoa.